In this lecture, we're going to discuss link building tactics and strategies you should avoid. Google is constantly penalizing webmasters who don't follow Google Webmaster Guidelines. So before we get started with building links, let's take a look at these strategies and tactics we should avoid. Number 1. Purchase of links. Buying links is the worst offense you can commit under Google law. Why it's a bad idea? Number 1. It often requires monthly payments, or your link will be removed, making this a potentially expensive strategy. Number 2. It's risky. Google has a firm no questions asked policy against buying links. If you're caught, there's no doubt about a manual penalty, only the severity. Number 3. It's completely manipulative. Both parties are operating with the understanding that Google values links. Number 2. Link networks. Link networks were a real plague in the early days of Google. Shady SEOs would create a group of websites linking back and forth, artificially increasing and passing PageRank. This worked extremely well, giving the owner the ability to immediately point links to any given site. Why it's a bad idea? Number 1. It requires serious time, energy, and commitment to build hundreds of interlinked websites. Number 2. It's a house of cards. No link network is foolproof. A single disgruntled employee, competitor, client, or attempt to sell a link could alert Google to the entire network. And once detected, the entire network would come crumbling down. Number 3. It often lacks relevance. Building hundreds of sites often means a diverse group of websites, which leads to lots of irrelevant links. Number 3. Article marketing. Article marketing involves writing a single article and submitting it to various article database websites, with anywhere between 2 to 3 links within a single 500-word document. This was pure spam, never meant to be seen by human eyes. Why it's a bad idea? Number 1. There's literally zero human value here, meaning your entire intent is to manipulate Google. No human would see these articles, making it a complete waste of time to write anything of any substance or quality. Number 2. It leaves a giant footprint for Google to follow. That this tactic ever worked at all only meant that Google had catching up to do, and we left a trail anyone could follow. Number 4. Article spinning. Article spinning is taking an article and altering it to make it into a new article. This could be done manually or with specially designed software. Typically, this took the form of rearranging paragraphs, replacing words with their synonyms, and other various methods that would make the article appear new. Because plenty of link building strategies require content, this was a great way to quickly produce the content necessary to pursue link building strategies. Why it's a bad idea? Number 1. Article spinning results in unintelligible articles that aren't in any way helpful to humans. Number 2. The point of spinning articles is to create a massive content spike to pursue mass link building. Mass link building is a very bad idea in today's penguin-enforced world. Number 3. Article spinning is all about sacrificing quality to pursue quantity. Number 5. Mass reciprocal links. SEOs have been known to go overboard, specifically spamming a perfectly viable tactic to death, at which point Google is forced to step in and put an end to the chaos. This is what happened to reciprocal links. Reciprocal links are when you link to a company, often in some form of link page, and in return they link back to you in a similar link page. There's nothing wrong on the surface with reciprocal links. However, SEOs abuse the potential power of reciprocal links and subsequently spam them to death. Why it's a bad idea? Number 1. Mass reciprocal links often result in irrelevant links. When you're focusing on building as many links as possible, you tend to sacrifice quality for quantity. Number 2. They create a very large footprint for Google to follow, putting sites at risk of manual actions. Number 3. Reciprocal links are low-hanging fruit and require large quantities to provide tangible benefits. Number 6. Blog commenting and forum spam. Blog commenting became popular prior to the creation of the nofollow tag. Every link on every website was a do-follow link passing PageRank. Blog and forum spam literally forced Google to step in and introduce this new form of link in order to discourage spammy comments made purely for links. So what is blog commenting and forum spam? It's when an SEO uses software or manually leaves comments on a blog or forum solely for creating a link pointing to their website. Typically, the comment, especially if using automated software, is near unintelligible, off-topic, and provides no real value. Why it's a bad idea? Number 1. It provides no value and actually detracts from the otherwise valuable content on the web. Number 2. It's disruptive to communities and annoys webmasters who have to deal with mass quantities of spam. Number 3. It provides little to no SEO value. Once again, it's a quantity over quality tactic. Number 7. Mass directory submission. Directories once served a very valuable purpose for the web: navigation. Before search engines were as advanced as they are today, it wasn't uncommon to bookmark a great directory in order to find recommended websites relevant to your interests. With the rise of Google and subsequently the link, SEOs and webmasters alike realized the SEO value of having hundreds of links from every directory imaginable. This led to spammier and spammier directories, and eventually Google was forced to step in again. Why it's a bad idea. Number 1. Irrelevant links. Thousands of directories popped up in a short time span, and they all targeted the same thing: everything. Number 2. Big Google footprint. These directories aren't hard for Google to ferret out. Number 3. Little to no value. Spammy directories aren't and weren't helpful to actual humans. Number 8. Site-wide footer and sidebar links. A briefly popular tactic to increase link power, obtaining a site-wide link in either the footer or sidebar means instead of creating a single link, you create potentially thousands, one for each page on the website. Why it's a bad idea? Number 1. Site-wide links aren't as powerful as they initially appear. The sidebar and footer is the worst place you can have a link. Google doesn't see each link as an individual editorial vote. Number 2. Site-wide links are a red flag for Google. There's nothing like having 1,000 links per domain to leave a nice big footprint for Google to follow and potentially investigate. Number 3. They're very artificial. That they ever worked was because Google was a bit behind the times, and they're more likely to hurt you today than to help. Number 9. Exact match anchor text spam. Exact match anchor text spam is just how it sounds. You go out and build links using only money keywords in the hopes of directly increasing the power of that link for your targeted keyword. It used to work wonders, but with Penguin and subsequent updates, Google became much better at seeing this for the heavy-handed tactic that it is. Why it's a bad idea. Number 1. Once again, it's very easy for Google to spot overuse of this tactic. Simply comparing branded links to exact match anchor text links will quickly highlight who's been using this tactic and who hasn't. Number 2. Typically, you can only really control anchor text on low authority sites. So to pursue this tactic required chasing low quality links. Number 10. Link stuffing, not link building. Link stuffing is exactly how it sounds. Stuffing as many links into a piece of content as you can in order to build a high amount of backlinks. Why it's a bad idea. Number 1. Google actually has diminishing returns on links per page, as well as links per website. So the more links you build on a page, the less value each link provides. The same is true with links on the same domain. Number 2. It creates links that appear artificial. Furthermore, these links aren't valuable to actual humans, and no human would be likely to click them. These links could actually be considered a detriment to the user. Number 3. Once again, it creates a fairly recognizable pattern of manipulation, meaning Google can detect it rather easily and dole out punishment. Google's worked hard to improve the search experience and the quality and relevance of their search results. SEOs have worked hard to ensure that our client sites rank well within the SERPs. In the past, that sometimes meant ignoring the rules and going for broke, with unfortunate results. Many SEOs create terrible links that serve no value or even negative value for humans. We cared about spiders and search engines, and not the user or other webmasters. Today we must move beyond these terrible link-building tactics. We understand that creating a link means creating something of value, and leveraging that value for links. We understand that building links requires a sales mindset, but that also means you need something to sell. So remember, we must build good links that make sense, in a reasonable manner, and without using manipulative practices.